Welcome to Tamer Bowling Video Ball Reviews. Hey Tamer Bowling fans, we are now on Patreon. For exclusive content, please join us at patreon.com/tamerbowling. Today we're testing the new Savage from Columbia 300. We are testing on a 40-foot medium house shot and a 45-foot PBA Dragon sport pattern. First impressions, the Savage is a strong ball. Pretty strong up front, strong in the mid lane, good back end. It's a heavy oil ball that still has strong down lane motion, and that's a pretty good formula. For value, we gave the Savage a B-. This ball ushers in a new top line aggressive solid asim for the Columbia 300 brand, and it's a strong but continuous ball, and it's on the expensive side, will require some oil or speed dominance to be usable on your typical house shots. So overall, we gave the Savage a B- on house shot, B+ on sport. So what's this ball all about? It's clearly a strong ball. I'll try to describe the ball while sparing you some cliches. It's middling when it comes to length. Given its strength and 500-2,000 out-of-box finish, it's an EBI strong ball, which means it chews up the oil pretty good. It has a smooth but strong transition. Definitely had a strong back end move, and for me, this ball's definitely too much for a house shot. I felt like I had to really kind of try to chuck it to get it down lane and hold pocket. I'm rev speed matched, low tilt, and if I'm using like 60 or more degrees of axis rotation, this Savage is kind of hard to keep from starting up and nosing up. While I would not generally go out of my way to use such a strong ball for my house shot, the thing I liked about this ball is that it didn't feel labored. There are a lot of strong balls that when asked to cover too many boards or hit dry just kind of peter out, especially asims. And this ball rarely felt that way. I trusted it would hook, and it was less hook set than your typical asim. It just seemed to hook too much if you put a lot into it. For my style, it's obviously meant for more oil. If you give it less, if you do less work, the ball will do work for you. So for me, this might be a loner in the bag until the time comes to take the big gun out. Sean was next. Solid aggressive balls are typically kind of meh for him. He doesn't need this much ball in a house shot. However, he felt fairly comfortable with the Savage, and it did go through the pins very nicely. It's a testament to its ability to continue. The Stone 9 was kind of painful to watch even. The big thing is you don't need lots of axis rotation with this ball. In trying to see what the ball can do, he could get it through the break point occasionally, trying hard to push it to get it to the spot without overhooking. But also if your speed was even a touch slow, it's nosing up, just as I saw. And this behavior kind of enhances your mistakes as opposed to hiding them. With heavier volume, there would be less concern with speed and axis rotation sensitivity. While he rarely looks much at strong solid asims, the ability of this ball to move and be continuous without having to hit it hard at the bottom was one that caught his attention. With Bryan, we thought this formula would be an easier recipe for success. It actually proved to be a little trickier than we expected. The essence is the ball is too strong to play directly into the friction, but Bryan doesn't generate enough motion when moving in to get it to face up properly. Therefore, he struggled to get it to shape well. If he played into the friction, the ball kind of lost energy. When he moved in, the ball looked kind of lazy. He would need to shine this cover up to allow him to play in the friction more and take advantage of the roll this core generates. We tested the Savage on the 45-foot PBA Dragon Pattern. For me, this felt like it could give me a decent look. It didn't feel like it would easily go through the break point unless I missed hugely. You can clearly see the mid-lane control it offers while still back-ending powerfully. It's probably a touch too strong down lane, but I love the mid-lane it was generating, and I would still like to see it on more volume than this. For Sean, he understood the formula more quickly, and this length and volume pattern kind of makes it almost a house shot track for bowlers having his rev rate. He knew he didn't have to do much to the ball to get it to go through the pin, so he took advantage of the continuous motion, and it was pretty straightforward, about 17-9. For Bryan, the tide turned as the Savage looked really good for him on this pattern. Here, he can take advantage of the surface and mid-lane roll to get really good drive through the pins. And because this is a long pattern, you have to be careful reading what you see with the misses. So if the ball hits 5 down lane on a 45-foot pattern, the ball's got no chance of coming back. For Bryan, but if he's close to 9 or 10 at the break point, he crushed the pocket. So final thoughts. All in all, I feel Columbia 300 hit the mark with the Savage. This is what I would ask of a solid, strong, top-of-the-line ASIM. I want it to be stronger than the other pieces in the bag. And on the right volume, I don't want to feel like I have to hit it to make it move. The ball has the mid-lane roll and the back end that keeps coming. And that's what it should feel like if you're going to say a ball is continuous. I personally don't want to force it to make it work, so I'd leave it in the bag for the right time. However, many bowlers who need that strong motion to match their game will find the Savage completely capable.
I need to tell you the one Tamer Elbaga reviews.